Hey there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Good evening, crypto friends. How are we doing out there? It is Tuesday, May the 18th, and we are live. We're looking here at BTC, USD, Bitcoin. Kind of in a sideways action Jackson thing here. So we're going to be watching that consolidating still. And I'll show you at the end of the stream here. I got something to show you on BTC.D, Bitcoin dominance, and indicating that we are moving into a bounce play for Bitcoin. So just be ready for that. So let's look at support and resistance for BTC.D. We're looking at 42,745.66 US dollar hairs for support. And going to need to come down. First, we're going to have to get through this previous high there, 43,936.14. So someone asked about all this charting, how I come up with all these. These are Fibonacci's here on each side. And then we're using the 50 fib, the 76, 86. The 86 is custom Fibonacci number that doesn't come equipped here with TradingView, but you can add that. And there's a how-to video over there in the chat that should populate here in a minute. And if not, hit me up in the comment section. I helped one person out today. You can go watch that short video, and it'll show you how to acquire all these indicators, which are free, by the way, and chart along with me. So let's move on to ETH USD. Ethereum 3328.28 is your support level, and we're gonna be trying to get through right there that previous high, just above that 12-day moving average at the 3448. Excuse me, 0.55. Moving on to BNB USD, Binance Coin. We are looking at support at the 499, so right there at the $500 psychological number, and then trying to get back up through. You see we bounced back down off that 12-day moving average right there, so that's the previous high at the 522.95. Moving on to AITA. Cardano getting a lot of attention there on the tweetosphere. So looking at 1.977 support, 2.144 resistance for Cardano. PolkaDot. PolkaDot, I got this support level off the 1 hour, excuse me, which is the 40.422, and resistance up at the 41.712. And moving on to Doge. Doge still chilling right here, kind of going sideways. We have these indecision Doges, so we will need to move the support down. Sitting right on that 50 Fibonacci here. We'll zoom out and you can see that's why we use these things. Came up and is holding support right there on that 50 fib, and resistance coming into the climb up, going to be the 0.45953. Let's move on to Litecoin LTC, a USD. Yes, sorry about this, folks. It is allergy season here in pollen land, and it is a lot of fun. 290.61 is your support, and resistance is 298.14 for LTC USD, up 4.58% today. Let's move on to LINK USD, mentioned in the thumbnail and the title card, depending on what you want to call that. We have support off the 1 hour sitting at the 42.055, and resistance up at the 43.188, up 13.17%. As you can see here, we climbed all the way up, rejected off that 100-day moving average. So we're going to come down, probably retest this 50 fib for continuation. Just looking for that volume to hold up for LINK USD. I will mention before I move on, I know that most of these are down somewhat, but you have to consider, though, that a lot of these names, especially in the altcoin space here, are at all-time highs. So it's not all grim and dim. Moving on to XLM USD. Stellar lost their support level we had marked out this morning, so we'll come down there. 0.639375. Considering that, we'll need to look at the 0.662. And you do have the 100-day underneath and the getting resistance off of that 12-day moving average. So keep an eye on Stellar. Moving on to Vechain, VET, USD. Triggered the stop loss, so we're going to have to regroup on that one. Get that stop out of the way. And we have support at the 0.1580. And resistance at the 0.1675. Moving on to FIL USD. So we have support right there at the 99.07. So holding on to that $100 mark, round psychological. And we'll move that resistance down to tight range, trying to get through these moving averages. So looking up at the 102.48 for FIL USD. Moving on to Storj, STORJ. Stop out of the way. Support 1.483 and resistance right up there to 1.56. So tightening range here, we're doing some consolidation, which can be healthy for support levels later on. So looking here at IOTA, Internet of Things, IOTA USD. And 1.827 is your support. And coming back through, we're going to look at resistance at the 1.921. Let's move on to comp, COMP USD, stop loss triggered. That's what was going off a while ago. I couldn't determine what that noise was, but now I know. You see, I have a timer set on the stop loss, which triggers the Discord channel, which triggers alerts on my phone. Very neat little setup there. 649.05 is your support and resistance. 688.619 for comp USD. Let's look at BAT USD, the back coin. No, it's basic attention coin. And you have 1.0597 is your support, and going to look at resistance at the 1.130. And then you have just about we have a triple top to get through, and that 26-day moving average. So a little bit of a struggle here for BAT. Let's see if the bulls can take that thing through, because we will have some breathing room once we get through there. Moving on to Ethereum Classic, ETC USD. 86.124 is your support. Resistance sitting at the 89.612. You see we rejected off that 12-day moving average. MANA USDC. Stop loss triggered, out of the way. Support 1.104 and resistance coming back through 1.142. As you can see, some patterns starting to emerge here in the altcoin space. That's why we do this, because you can start to visually see and map these patterns, which helps you project where the price is going to go to. So we're looking at support to hold. We're going to move this one now. We'll zoom over here into the 1 hour. Tighten it up just a little bit. There we are. At the 0.1733, and resistance going to be there at the 0.178. Swinging on over to NU USD up 4.92%. Climbing down at the moment. Let's see if we can find. You do have support sitting here at the 0.395. But watch for a bounce off this pivot low if it gets through this support level here. We'll be scouting that, but the only thing is the volume is trailing off, so we need some volume to come back in. And resistance level up here at the 0.408. Moving on to NMR USD. Let's grab that. There we go. Support 60.428. Resistance. Gonna need to look at the 1 hour, otherwise we got some climbing room for that thing. There we go. First level resistance is going to be right there, 63.09. Tight range there for NMR USD. GRT USD, the graph token. Moving to stop loss, which is no longer of use at the moment. And we got 1.177 support and your resistance level. Plenty of it right there at the 1.248. Uniswap, UNI, USD. A little bit better shape here for Uni. So let's get a 1 hour support level because we need to tighten that up just a little bit there. Look for support to lean on at 34.278 resistance. Plenty of it, as I mentioned, at the 35.710. Getting through them, folks. Here's AAVE USD. Has lots of fans at the moment, especially if you own it. So looking down, we do have the 12, the 26, and 100 day in that upward configuration. So that's the way we like it. So we have support down at the 592.038 and encountering some resistance up there at the 668.719. Moving on to MKR, having a good day as well, up 9.65%. Good bounce off that 12-day moving average there. And looking at support to hold at the 4564.62. And resistance up at the 4861.70. Moving on to the NFTs. All right, we have support down there to 1.949 and resistance coming into play at the 2.06. And let's sneak that stop loss up there because we're still in this one. Just underneath this 26-day moving average. Looking on to CHZ USD. Is there such thing as a pollen coin or an anti-pollen coin or token? That would be nice. So looking for 0.4016 support and resistance up at the 0.4268, and then watch out for that 26-day. We got to get through that. You see we have a couple of 1, 2, 3 goes at it so far. Getting on to Theta USD. There we go. We have support at the 9.470 and resistance is going to be there at 9.8715. Moving on to ENJ. Up 3.86%. Did we trigger that stop loss? No, but boy, I almost got it. So looking down at the 1.843 support and resistance, climbing back up through these previous highs here. 1.91. Lastly, ONE, Harmony One, having a big day. Starting to bleed a little bit, so not saying what to do, but it would be an ideal thing to take some profit if it were me. Take a little off the table, make you sleep better at night. So you got support here at the, you got that one holding there. So we have support at the 0.1783 and resistance. We'll just put a tight range on that one. So if you can break through the 0.1839, then you're going to be looking up to the next level here, 0.1876. 0.70, and then all the way up here to the high of the day. Well, folks, that's it for me. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance. I did mention I want to show you this. So if we go to the weekly, we can see that the Bitcoin dominance is near all-time low, all the way back to 2018. Here was your 2018 in January of 18, and then as you can see, once we got that hit those lows, what happened? Nothing but upside for a year or so. A nice little crawl. So just keep that in mind. And BTC is at 40.07, so it's not at its all-time low. That was sitting down there at the 35.41. And I thought we hit it 2017 was lower than that, but maybe not. No. Okay. We'll wrap up here with total crypto market cap. We did today get up to the 2 trillion, but we bled off a little bit, so we're 1,985 billion total crypto market cap. Well, folks, that does it for me. If you don't mind, hit that like, subscribe. No harm in that. Tells the YouTube algorithm that you appreciate the content that I produce every day for free, and shares it with other folks. Gets it out there. So have a great evening. I'll see you in the morning at the Crypto Morning Show.